What's good? It's your boy Big YZM, the race guy, you dig? And you're on the youngest of the Yacht Club Podcast, you dig?
They want the money and fame. We go to the city and we don't be tucking our chain. Woke up in paradise and we live in the drain. I know it won't be the same. Someone will put a cocaine. Fly Latino gang. I used to dream of something like this. Remember time.
Youngest in the Yacht Club. I am Vince Serrano.
And I am YZM.
Okay.
You dig? YZM, the rage god, the most hated, the king of the underground, Tampa, Florida. You did.
Woo.
Yes, sir.
Best intro I had this year. Ain't gonna lie. YZM.
Yes, sir.
So I thought it was YZM.
It can be.
Okay. But nah, it's YZM.
Yes, YZM.
Where'd you get YZM from?
Well, it goes back to being YZM.
Mm-hmm.
It started off, okay, so I've had this name since elementary school. My rap name initially was Young Z Money. Young Z Money stands for Young Zero, because I was a nobody. Must obsess niggas every year, because when you obsess people, then they like you and they become fans of you, right? When I was in high school, I was obsessed with Lil Wayne and Young Money, and somebody told me, hey, bro, your name is just Z in the middle of Young Money. And I'm like, I had this name first. You know what I mean? So initially I shortened it because of that. I shortened it to YZM.
Yeah.
And then I changed the meaning to Young Zion Majesty, as in Zion Majesty being, translated into Heaven's King, and that would make me a young God. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
Yeah, it's a full circle thing. And then essentially, when I shortened my name to YZM, people just start like on some Ruzza, Jizza, Scissor shit. It's just like YZM sounds cool. It was a nickname at first, and it just kind of stuck. So
yeah,
I'm YZM. You know.
Yeah, like yo, you know what I'm saying? Whyism, like moneyism. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like so all that makes up me. Like everything about my name, just the whole build up is just all me, from the Young Z Money to the Zion Majesty, all that. It's just it makes my personality. You know what I mean?
Bruh, fire. I love that you got into it because, you know what I'm saying? When I first saw you, man, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, yo, big ass dude, blonde dreads, hype as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
man.
right? And I like that because there was so much energy coming out of your music. I think we talked about it before the podcast started. I was at a Hidden Sound Village promo event. We were performing. We were there. And then all of a sudden, you guys show up. And when you guys show up, it's like the energy changes.
That happens, yeah.
Why? How does that happen, bro? Where does that come from?
Just like years of practice, me being just as different as I am, and not to sound cliche. Everybody's different in their own way. I've always been just me. I exude a lot of energy. I didn't know how to convey my energy when I was younger. So the more performing I do, the more that I got into my art style, my aesthetic, the sound that I was going for. I learned how to control the energy in the room. It started with let the music speak for itself, and it did. Then it started like, all right, well, now I'm that nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna control the room everywhere I go. I've been told. Because I'm a gentle giant, if you ask me. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
I really chill. My music's really aggressive, but I'm really chill.
Right.
But I've been told that sometimes it's hard to approach me because my energy is really intimidating. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm like, nah, I'm the nicest person ever. I'm going to control wherever I'm at.
Right.
I'll chill. Like, if I'm at a show and I'm there chilling, I'm going to chill.
Yeah, you ain't never caused no problems.
You know what I mean? But the minute I get on stage, you gonna feel me.
Big facts.
Yeah. And if I come in a building, I'm finna perform, you gonna feel me. It's like it's a shift, you know what I mean?
That's lovely, bro. I see it. And yo, it is kind of even hearing you now and even speaking with you backstage behind the scenes and knowing how cool of a person you really are. But when the lights is on, when you guys come into a room, I can see how somebody would think that it could be very, very like, if I approach this big security guard rapper, right? How am I going? And that's not a knock to you, bro, because like I've seen a lot of short rappers control the room, right?
Yeah.
But you a bigger dude who commands that energy and then you can see that respect, and I think that's dope, man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of us. There's not a lot of us. Us big guys out here, you know, who do that. I know, like a lot of guys, my shape, my size, they don't move around like I do. The music they make is not like mine. I think the biggest person I know is like this new kid. He's popping right now. His name is Jaleel.
I was gonna say Jaleel, dog.
Jaleel, he's like big.
Yeah, dog.
He's like real big and
aggressive.
So aggressive, and he's such a positive person, but he has that energy too. There's not a lot of us who can move like that. Like even Pusha Prima say, he was like, for a big guy, you move around. Like I have a lot of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been, and bro, I've seen you perform multiple times now, so I know it's not a gimmick. I know it's not a persona. I know it's you.
Yes, sir.
And that's the reason why we asked you to come on Youngest in the Yacht Club, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, to get and bro, so Youngest in the Yacht Club, you know, it's. They see people like you, right? They see you performing. They see you on, you know, at the stage, you know, on Wilder, you know, being Wilder. They see you on the stage at Hidden Sound Village events. They see you on stage at the Renaissance where you guys are taking over. They see you with Pusha Preem.
Yes, sir.
Where did YZM come from? Like the person.
The person. Well, I came from, born and raised, Tampa, Florida.
Where at in Tampa?
Parker's Village.
Okay.
Well, born in Tampa General Hospital. You know, I was raised in like the Nucio, Cephalus Springs area.
Yeah.
When I was young, then I moved to Town and Country. But my grandparents, who I was at their house most of the time, they were already in Parker's Village, and that's where my humble abode is. Finally, I guess like when I started middle school, we finally moved to Parker's Village, and I've been there for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So I come from the slums.
You come from you come from Tampa, right?
Yeah.
So you see the progression, right?
Yeah, man.
What do you back then? What was it like? Like what was your upbringing like?
My upbringing is crazy. So I have a weird story, bro. I am, despite how I speak, I'm from the hood, bro.
Right.
I'm really articulate because I didn't let the hood define me. I grew up like around gang shit. I grew up seeing niggas get shot at. I grew up seeing people sell drugs.
When you say Nucio Progress Village, where's that? What area is that part? Like this?
Nucio is like it's close to Bush or Temple Terrace, right? I could be wrong now.
Columbus, is that like 50th? Like
near Nebraska, near Fletcher. I don't know. I like the everything. In Tampa, you could drive for 2 hours and still be in Tampa. So everything. But Progress Village, it's like it's considered Tampa, but it's on the edge, the outskirts of Riverview.
Right.
So it's like it's like the last slummy place before it gets gentrified.
Yeah, before it starts getting nice. Right? Before you start getting to suburbs, right?
Yeah, bro.
So I feel like when we say that, you know, it's the slums, right? I feel like that's changing now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Right? So you said you grew up seeing people get shot, the whole environment, and you said you didn't let the hood define you. Why?
It wasn't what I was interested in. Like I said, I seen a lot of dirt, but my mom, I didn't realize how bad we had it because my mom wouldn't allow me to think that anything was bad. I had a great upbringing. My mom made me believe I was the most privileged person. I didn't realize how unprivileged I was until I got to school and I started hanging out with people and I went to their crib and I'm like, wow, this is what being privileged really is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't realize it. So I was sheltered, but you can only be sheltered so much when you live in the slums.
Right.
You're gonna see things. You're gonna pick up on things. I've seen family members that their lifestyle I wasn't too favorable of, and I took a liking to like anime, art, poetry. Just things like that, things that interest me, really creative stuff. And I'm like, that's what I want. So I'm gonna work towards that. So I stayed my ass in the house. I played video games. I sketched. I've been rapping since I was since I was legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I told you, my first rap name Young Z Money came when I was in elementary school. So yeah, I was like, this is what I want to be. So I'm not gonna let this define me. Of course, that part of me still exists. You will hear it in the music, you know what I mean? But it's like, but my lifestyle is not gonna be that. I'm gonna strive to be an actual musician, an actual artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to get out of to be not like you said, not let the hood define you, but you define yourself.
For certain, yeah.
And I love that, man. I also love the fact that you say, yo, you speak articulate because you didn't want that to be a part. I had the same issue, right? Where I can turn it if I'm in the CEO's office, I'm A1 professional. But if I'm in like Dominican Republic, Spanish from the hood, right? But if I'm in the hood, right? I'm from Tampa Heights. You turn around, we gotta turn it on real quick.
There's definitely a code switch. Like if I talk to I try to keep the articulate on, but sometimes I have to turn it on. I got my Tampa slang sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
You'll hear me.
You know who you with.
Yeah. When I'm at the shows, you'll hear me. I'll be like, Bambo, all that. you know what I mean?
But it's you though. That's the good thing about it. Like so. That's the one thing that I feel like, you could be a chameleon. You could be. It doesn't change who you are. You just know how to adapt, and that's cool, man. So I really love that story. So what high school you go to?
2 years. I went to Spoto. I actually opened Spoto.
Okay, where's that?
It's once more on the outskirts of Riverview. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my last 2 years I went to Brandon High School.
Oh, you went to Brandon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How was the seeing it out of high school and going in the two different areas? How did that define where you want to go? Like not choosing. Did you go to college? Yeah. Good. What?
Well, nah. I mean, I went to college, but I dropped out.
Me too. You figured out it wasn't for you.
School wasn't for me. And not to sound cliche, but I just felt like I was in high school. I ain't learned shit. I ain't learned nothing new. It was just review, maybe something a little bit harder than the shit that we already knew, and then it's memorize and regurgitate. It didn't interest me. I didn't feel like I was learning anything relevant, so I dropped out. Of course, I went back. I had enough credits to actually start college. I had enough credits to walk, but I didn't like anybody from high school, so I didn't walk.
Wow. You're like, yo,
I was like, I don't exactly right. So I had enough credits to start college without walking, and then I was able to finish whatever high school elective shit I needed in college, and then start from there. But I eventually dropped out of that too. So I got my high school diploma. And I went to college for maybe a year or two, and I was like, it's not for me.
And so what made you pursue the music?
I was already doing it. I needed a platform. See, these kids nowadays, they got it good. When I started, I mean, I'm probably showing my age, but when I started, I had to upload my music on MySpace. And that's the first.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was the first.
Bro, you aged well.
Thank you.
Yo, for real. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, I had to upload my music on MySpace. And I had a little buzz in high school with it and shit. But once I got out of high school, that's the only thing I regret for not going to college. I didn't have a college scene to push to. So, we still have physical discs, so on and so forth. And then
what college did you end up going to?
I went to USF.
Oh, you did go to USF.
Yeah.
So you went. That's a nice college too, bro. Yeah. That's good. Good shit. You went there for 2 years.
Well,
a year.
I started at this technical college called High Tech. I went to Brewster.
Okay.
And that's where I finished my high school at.
Okay.
And then I started college there. Then I eventually transitioned over to USF, but.
And you realize, yeah. You different.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool, bro. Because a lot of the times, man, and believe me, man, I see it, man. I especially the youngest in the yacht club. Not saying that you can't go to college, but there are different paths that people take to get to where they need to go to.
Yeah, for certain.
And I love the fact that you realized that early, and you didn't just go in there and get in the deck and just not know nothing.
No, for certain.
So you start uploading your music.
Yeah, I had a little buzz, but that died down because MySpace was dying. You know what I mean? So I got on what was it? Reverb Nation, and then I got on SoundCloud. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Of course, there was also hot new hip hop, but at the time it wasn't the big block that it was. So I was able to just upload music before they took that feature away. So I got my music on the internet. I got my buzz up. And then I want to say, my breakout year as a artist on the scene in the underground was 2013. I got booked for my first big show with some big artists in Tampa. And
what show was that?
I don't remember the name of the show. I have no idea what it does.
But who were the artists?
I don't know. I mean, okay, so the artists were there was this group out at the time, a collective out called Real Shit, which consisted of Desasaur, Trip Alderman, K Potts, also Nico Is, who signed to Talib Kweli.
Okay.
Nico Is was on that show. Vinny Virgo was one of my first
Vinny-
co-signs.
yeah,
And, you know,
Fire.
yeah. Shout out to Vinny. He's one of the first artists in the underground who's really doing it big in the city.
Fire.
One of my co-signs was like these artists from Blue Zone and West End called Gats. He used to go by Gatsby. And Craig Tillman. They were like some of the first people to co-sign me. You know what I mean? Des Green. He has this company now called Comics and Combo, and he had a blog back on Tumblr that he had first posted me on. It's like how my blow up was crazy. I had posted one music video. I recorded it on my homie's cell phone, and it was called American Gold off of my mixtape called Blast Off. And we posted the video on YouTube, and I posted it on my Facebook, and then it got picked up like by three fucking blogs at the same time. And because of it getting picked up, the song and then the mixtape, I ended up getting my first show, and then that just jumpstart me.
Crazy.
But the difference is like at that time everybody was on this boom bap wave. Everything was so slow, everything was chill. There was one nigga on stage, you know what I mean? And then I just came with a whole complete different energy, and people didn't know what to make of me at the time. I get on, and I used to hide my face too. When I was first on the internet and I was making when I switched from Young Z Money to YZM. Oh, sorry.
You good.
Yeah, I made my persona was like I was almost mysterious like the Weeknd. I used to have this like graphic of a duct tape X, and I would always have it over my face so nobody knew what I looked like. So when I got booked for my first show, I brought a lot of people out who wanted to see who I was in person, and that's how my first show went. You know what I mean?
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Why'd you create that buzz with the X over your face?
Cause I was trying to separate myself from my old music and my new music. Like there's nothing wrong with my old music. It's not the best nowadays, but for the time it was, I was a starving underground artist.
Right.
But at this point in time, I found the actual studio to record at. My mixing was better. My music was better. I finally got some music videos that I was getting ready to release.
Right.
So anybody who didn't see my music video, I wasn't on the cover. And if I was on the cover, you couldn't see my face. So if you, other than people who went out of their way to watch my video, if you didn't see my music video, you know what I look like.
Right.
So if you needed to see me, you had to come to my show. And I kept that, and I did that mysterious persona on purpose. Cause I was like,
you wanted to intrigue them, right? Yeah.
But then once people knew who I was, it was a wrap after that.
Yeah. That cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
Bro, that's dope marketing. That's fire marketing, bro, to create that like intrigue, man.
Yeah, that ominous mystique persona. Yes, I have some artists that I work with now that are kind of like that. They already kind of hide themselves, and I'm like, bro, if you dive into that persona, it'll work for you. But it's different. When I was first coming up, Instagram was brand new, so so it was easier to build a persona. Now you got to really lean into that shit. You know what I mean?
Fire,
yeah,
bro. So you start doing music. Now you creating the buzz. People coming to the shows, seeing a gang like type atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to get into. We really I don't want to take full credit. Me, my collective, and a couple of other artists were on a part of a new wave, and the scene did not like it at first. They did not like us. They tried to blacklist us.
Really?
Yeah, we were different, bro. There was one nigga on stage. He was rapping on a slow ass beat. He'll rap to the crowd. He'll get off stage. The next person to get on. We get on stage. Me and the other artists who are like me, we're on stage. All of our niggas is on stage. All our crowd is next to us.
Up front.
We're screaming. We're jumping. We're throwing each other. And people who are not used to this are like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, this ain't no rock shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just how we was. You know what I mean?
When you said they didn't like y'all at first.
Oh, they didn't like us.
That's fine. How did you keep going? What made you keep going?
I just had it was that persona I had. The music will speak for itself. People counted us the fuck out. We weren't getting invited to nothing. We weren't getting booked for any. Like I got some bookings. I was the most popular in my group at the time. I was just a stepping stone. But eventually, everybody in my collective became a prominent artist. Like you couldn't have a underground show in Tampa without one of my artists on there.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? But we had to work for it. From 2013 to 2015, we went from not being invited to no parties, to do no shows, to people booking us as duos or here and there, and we'll be like the last ones on the show, to doing Rolling Loud.
Wow.
And then
y'all did Rolling Loud?
We did Rolling Loud.
5,
different in 2 years. We did Rolling Loud. Then we brought that shit back to the city. And then we had our first headlining show. And we had people that were bigger than us opening up for us because we had that much energy, bro.
Fire.
Yeah. It was like, it was crazy. We had to prove to people. And then I had people who were actual haters of us come up like, bro, I see y'all everywhere. I see y'all places I ain't never wanted to see y'all at, but y'all persistent, so I gotta tell y'all keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now some of these people are my biggest, like,
fans.
Yeah, not even fans. This is my biggest supporters.
That's fine.
Period. There are other artists who didn't fuck with me at first. They seen how persistent I was and they couldn't count me out. And then they couldn't define us at the time. We were weirdos. But now, like, I'm not trying to take full credit. But now, back what we was doing in the underground locally, nobody looked like us. Nobody sound like us. They didn't know what to make of us, and now everybody looked like us. We had the colored hair back then. We had the nail polish back then. We had the goth and punk aesthetic back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
and then everybody just caught up to us. You know what I mean?
That's fire, bro. It's cool because you guys created your own footprint.
Yeah.
And
bro.
now other people are following your footsteps.
Yeah, and then people can be like, "Oh, you're clout chasing. You're doing everything." That the new wave rappers are doing. I'm like, nah, go look back, bro. We've been doing this. This has been me.
This is
like, and I can always show it. I can always prove it. You know what I mean?
That's fire, bro. and you don't have to change.
Yeah.
This is the crazy part, right? So this is the best. This is it. If you could describe your sound, your wave, youngest in the Yacht Club wave.
Yeah. Yes, man.
What would you say your wave is?
Whew.
You said it was like Jaleel, so that but you got a different.
I guess the only way to describe me, and I'm very versatile because I don't just do the kind of music that I'm known for is not the only music that I do. But if I had to define it, like the biggest thing that defines me is rage. And I don't mean rage as in only screaming and energy and anger. I mean rage as in everything. Even my first project before I switched my sound up was called, one of my biggest projects was called Rage, but I didn't mean rage like it's just anger or destruction. I mean rage as an emotion, period. Like you can be raging mad, raging sad, raging happy, you know what I mean? So rage is the best way. We're pure, me and the people around me are just pure energy. We exude that. You know what I mean?
What is the collective around you? I know I said gang earlier, and I want to make sure we you know what I'm saying, it's true. It's the collective. Who's what is the collective?
My collective is known as Macabision. Third Eye Gang. You know what I mean? It's spelled MACIBISION. The 3 I's is what makes up Third Eye Gang. And yeah, we were just a collective of artists. We were kind of like outcasts. Nobody really understood us,
right?
And we came together and like, what's understood don't gotta be explained. You know what I mean? so you if you don't understand us, you gonna feel us, and that's how it was. And then, like I said, it was inevitable. Every artist from my collective is popping still to this day in some type of way.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Who just to give them a shout out, who would you say from the artists is popping besides you is?
Right now we're in a new generation of Macabision. Well, where it's prominently Third Eye Gang, but I'm gonna shout out OG Bishop because these are the people that came up with me. So word to my homie FaZe Jones. I don't see him a lot anymore, but he's the one who really helped me like boost this shit. So word to FaZe Jones, wherever he may be. My boy Lars Darko, my boy Richie Guapo, my sister Nico Sweet, even Kenna. He used to go by Mac the Ripper. Then he went by MC Kenna. Now he doesn't really rap anymore, but he's a court, like I don't know exactly what he does, but he works with Rolling Loud now. You know what I mean? So he's making major moves. You know, word to my homie Kimbe Scorps. He doesn't really do music no more either, but he's killing shit with the visuals. You know what I mean? He's a visual artist.
They've transitioned into
so
kind of like with me and music, and now into the podcast, making that transition.
Yes,
right?
sometimes people find their creativity elsewhere. So
Right.
even if they started off with the music shit, they found what they love and they are successful in it. So shout out to those people. But
Yeah, and people still gonna hear that. You probably hearing it already. My music at the beginning of the show.
And then also word to Ayo Mama. I can't forget her. She was rapping and singing a little bit, but now she's doing her hosting shit. Like she's really putting together crazy events. She lives in New York now, so
That's fire.
Yeah.
So you see it, the collective is actually branching off and expanding and doing their things later on. How does
Yes.
that make you feel?
it makes me feel it's saddening because we get older, people grow apart, but I still keep in contact with most of these people, and I like to see that my family is still doing their thing. We still come together when we need to, but
Right.
we're still close. We still keep in contact
They
for
family.
the most part. Yeah. But it was sad at first, but now I like to see that everybody is expanding. One thing for certain, me in the city, me, Richie Guapo, and Nico are always at the forefront of whatever the new wave is. Nico is on her side of the scene. She's doing her thing. She always has phenomenal show. We just was at her show last night and she turned the fuck up. You know what I mean? My boy Richie Guapo, me and him always end up in situations where we look at each other like, bruh, you were 16 on the fucking internet when I found you, bro. And now me and you both here on stage with people we didn't think that we was never gonna talk to or touch. We got songs with these people. We opening up for these people. We performing with these people. We in a circle with these people, in rooms with these people. Like, we be looking at each other like, bro, we really rappers, bro. Like, we really doing this shit. You know what I mean?
That's That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, where's the projects going now? Now that YZM is making his own moves, right? At the same time, because you have a movement, right?
Yes, sir.
You really in the game. You're really in the league now.
Yes, sir.
What's the motion? Where's it going?
Shit, my streaming, bro.
Is that
my streaming, my shows. Yeah, like
that's what's popping.
That's what's popping. That's what, like me. I'm a visual. I noticed that people feed off of my visuals more than anything. So typically,
I think that is.
I hit myself so long when they see my energy on stage. They was like, what can you bring to the table artistically? And when I finally found the videographers that work for me, I was able to bring my imagery to life. I have aesthetic in everything that I do, and my cover art to my rollouts to the way I post pictures to the way that I present myself in music videos. It's like, that's YZM. That's my brand. You know what I mean? So that's essentially, like, people know what they're gonna get from me, but they don't always know. Like, they kind of like, this is some YZM shit, but what is he gonna do next project? What's the sound gonna be like? What are the videos gonna be like? What's the aesthetic gonna be? Because that's what I bring. I'm just like, I mean, Kanye is one of my inspirations. And what I've learned from him is that keep people on their toes. You never know what the next sounds of the next project is gonna be like. You know, you never know what aesthetic, what kind of clothes I'm gonna wear, what I'm gonna look like. One thing is for certain. What people are gonna know, YZM's gonna be in all black. YZM's gonna have his gold on, like my gold tees, my gold chains, right? But is he gonna be a punk? Is he gonna be a punk this time? Is he gonna be goth this time? Is he singing? Is he rapping? Is the music gonna be fast? Is the music gonna be slow? What's the aesthetic gonna be? Is it gonna be black and yellow, black and pink, black and white, static? Like, what is, like, I you got to keep them on toes. You don't know what my next aesthetic gonna be, what my next sound's gonna be. Are you gonna do a rock album? Are you gonna do a boom bap album? Are you gonna do a rage album again? Like, what are we getting from you? And that's what my fans are looking for. They never know unless I tell them what kind of project I'm gonna put out, what kind of music I'm gonna put out, the aesthetic. But when I say visually, my videos are, when I drop a single, I typically like to drop my single with videos. And the visuals and the songs together always boost each other. If the single's doing good, the video's gonna be boosted. The video doing good, the single gonna be boosted. And
so it's in correlation.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Well, what is the next project, bro?
The next project I'm working on a couple of albums, but the next specific one I wanna put a focus on is called Shock Value. It's a EP. This is gonna be a few singles I'm dropping and a couple of songs to hold you off until I get into these full length projects. But I got some notable features on there, like Famous Kid Brick's gonna be on there.
There you
go. DZ We the Reaper's on there. Sage the Fox is on there. Me and Pusha Primo working on some shit. I'm trying to get C Bang, Dro Got Dough on there. Swaver, if you know Tom G's little brother.
Yeah.
Swaver be killing shit. Like that's my nigga, and he's gonna be on there too. So yeah.
So y'all, you pushing? So you you pushing the new wave with. So let me ask you a question, because now that we got, how do you feel? You saw the game change, multiple times. Looks like, right, How do you stay relevant in a time where the times are always changing? Man. And how you don't be like, man, I don't fuck with this new shit.
It's hard. Trust me. But I had to learn from Busta Rhymes. Had to learn from Lil Wayne to a certain extent, Kanye, Snoop Dogg, and not all the people that I mentioned are not necessarily my inspirations. But I realized that these are artists who came out in a period of time where shit sounded real different and are somehow still relevant today. I want to be that artist when I actually blow up. Like I'm good in my city. Everybody in my city knows me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when I blow up, when I'm global, like I want to be able to not drop 2 albums, be hot for a couple of years, and then be just an influencer on Instagram. I want to be a relevant artist my whole life when I'm finally in the game. You know what I mean? Right. So one thing about it is staying relevant. And the thing about it is like you either embrace what's coming or you start what's coming. And I've been both. Sometimes I'll be a little bit behind. I'm still some kids, they're a little bit younger than me. They're on some shit I don't understand, but I'll study it. And I'm not gonna steal their style, obviously. But I'm like, I like what they got going here. Let me embrace it. So I fuck with these kids a little bit. We do some features, and then I incorporate my sound into what they got going on. And then sometimes I come to find out, I realize some of these kids were inspired by me, or some of the artists that I'm inspired by too. So our sounds are similar. So I never really fell off. You know what I mean? I just wasn't paying attention. I was right there. Or shit, I'll say since 2018, I will go and do some shit. And then people are like, that's cool. I want to do that too. Matter of fact, let me get you on this song so we can do that together. And that's literally what happens. So you either get with the times or you create those times.
That's fire.
And
bro.
I'm one or the other. And one thing I'll say about me, I feel like I'm always ahead of the curve. I'm not trying to do anything different. I just be doing me. And people like what I do. And then some people hop on, or some people just already be there. They be on the same wave. Like, I like that shit. Like, shout out to my nigga, Sage the Fox. Shout out once more to my nigga Richie Guapo. These are niggas that are there.
Right.
I do some shit. They already on that. We on that. This is what we doing. And then we do that shit, and then everybody else like, oh, I like what they doing over there. We finna do that shit too. You know what I mean?
And get one of them or 2 of them on there. We do a song with them, bro. That's awesome, bro. And youngest in the Yacht Club. A lot of people they see the videos, they see the they see the grind, they see the goals, they see the jewels, they see the drip. But when you actually realize like what is calculated, it's calculated, right? Cause you're like, yo, you don't know if you're gonna see me. What's the aesthetic? Is it gonna be all black? Is it gonna be punk? Is it gonna be goth? Is it gonna be black and yellow, black and pink, whatever? And that right there, bro, that shows that you are able to create the wave and even flow with the wave if necessary, or you can create your own tsunami, basically. Dog.
Yeah, essentially. Pusha Prem is the one who told me, like, they call me Rage God. Like, I didn't give myself that name. I was crowned that name. I did a show. I turned the fuck up. They start calling me that. Now that's tatted on me. I'm branded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Rage Guy.
Yeah, they call me the Rage Guy. You know what I mean?
Like Kratos from
it's
God of War.
Yeah. But it's just like you have to be you. You got to be genuinely you. I'm not gonna be able to blow up if I sound like somebody else in the city. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because you can easily, but I wouldn't feel accomplished if I sound like somebody else in the
city.
Right.
And how long would that last? You trying to be outside? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to keep listening to this person. You got to keep studying this person.
Do you study the game?
I do. I study people. I study artists. I think that's one of the reasons why when I got on the scene I was blacklisted, because maybe I came off as a fanboy. That's my fault. I knew a lot. I was a fan of a lot of artists that are my peers now before I got inducted into the Tampa hip hop scene. So when I see these people, some of them come up to me, they're like, "This your first performance, you did good." And I'm like, cool, bruh, I've been fucking with you. Let's do some shit. And whole time they're like, nah, you're not there yet, or I don't really fuck with you like that. Like,
how did that make you feel?
At first, I was a little envious. Like, y'all are here. I'm coming up. There's a lot of OGs. They tell us to keep this crab in a bucket mentality, and me and my homies are just trying to work. But we understand that niggas get to a certain level, niggas get bougie, and if you don't got nothing to prove, you don't got nothing to show for it, they not really gonna fuck with you. Once I realized that, I stopped being envious, I stopped being upset, and I'm like, you right. Who am I, this new artist who just stepped on the scene, to even step into your presence, and you've been working hard to get to this point. Let me get to that point too. And sometimes I get to that point and I either surpass the people or they look at me like, damn, you did that. Let's work.
Bruh,
you know what I mean?
Bruh, I used to think that on the court in basketball, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, the dudes at the park, dude named D. D was huge. When I was in high school, bro, I was like, yo, I want to be like D. Fast forward 3 years later, I'm busting D ass. And I can't even believe it, because I thought he was like God in me. But when you get to that level, you realize your idols become your rivals.
Yeah, man.
And then, bro, not to say me and D wouldn't kill shit on the same team, but then I go to college. Then I go to play ball and get paid to play ball. I'm traveling to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and getting a check. These doing shit that these dudes ain't doing. And that's the part, because we look at people. I was telling people, we look at people and we kind of give them that pedestal, that God mentality, when in all reality, it's just hard work to get there.
Exactly. And I've lost people because of that.
How? Explain that.
Some people who fuck with me, or let's say they didn't fuck with me. Maybe they fuck with me because they were better than me or they were bigger than me at the time. And then you get to a certain point, like, we the same. You doing that show? I'm doing that show too. You got a feature with that person? I got a feature with that person too. It's cool at first, but then you got a feature with that person? I don't got a feature with that person. You working with that person? You in the room with these people? I'm not in the room with these people. You doing that show over there on that stage with them people? I'm not doing that. I can't really fuck with you no more, bro. You different. You changed. And I'm like, well, I work hard to get to the spot. You supposed to. You're not supposed to stay. You're not supposed to stay the same. You can stay humble. Make sure your ego don't go crazy, but you're not supposed to stay the same.
Facts.
You're supposed to change. I changed for the better. You still in the same place. You didn't work hard enough. You got popular, and you got comfortable, and then you got stagnant. And now you behind. You let that ego fuck you up. Maybe you wanted to take a break. Maybe you want to take a hiatus, but you a local artist. And if you think about niggas who fall off in the industry, it's hard to get back on when you fall off. You gotta have that. You gotta precisely time that one hit, and then you gotta catch lightning in a bottle to keep creating that hit like Tiger. You know what I mean? But some people don't come back from the comeback, and if they can't do that in the industry, how you think they're gonna do that locally? These kids are not looking for you no more, G. And these people don't want to. They don't want to do open mics no more. They don't want to do the small shows no more. They want to jump on stage with the big dogs. But you ain't been doing big dog shit. So you got to start over. You got to build that buzz back up. But some people probably won't let them. So now there was a point in time where my collective wasn't fucking with each other. You know what I mean? So I had to build myself up as a solo artist. I had to start back from the bottom. That same show that brought me into the gang, I had to start doing that again. But now I'm on stage with Brick, Famous Kid Brick. I'm on stage with Pusha Preem. I'm in rooms with Tom G. You know,
you in rooms with Jay. You in rooms with all types of people.
Yeah,
people, and you invited.
Yeah, I mean, somebody hit me up and told me
be there.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I didn't hear it. I didn't see that bitch posted on Instagram.
I ain't asked nobody.
Nobody didn't be. Hey, bro, can you ask them to get me in though? Be here
on this day.
These people gonna be here.
Yeah, and you need to be
there. That's me. You know what I
mean? When you hit the ground, a lot of people, they should be flat. So they hit the ground, they don't bounce back up.
Yeah, bro.
But as long as there's air in me, I'm like a basketball boy. I'm coming back 3 times tough.
I feel you,
and
bro. Yes, sir.
I feel like the way you said that, bro, was so true. Like, bro, and it really be the people that you thought was close to you be the same one that turn their back on you and say you different, bro.
For certain.
And you are different.
Very much so.
We may have went to the same high school. We may have been in the same hood. But the only difference is that you ain't work like me, bro.
Bro, I had people who hated me in high school, bro. Still, cool. They was rappers too. You were bigger than me. You were my rival. Now you a rapper too, but I'm eating and you not, bro. And I'm not even trying to flex. I want everybody to eat. You know what I mean? I had people who dissed me like, bro, your shit suck. And maybe my shit did suck, but maybe you could have told me that better. You could have been like,
yo, you could work on this.
Yeah, your shit suck. Stop rapping. Nah, I'm not gonna stop rapping, but thank you for telling me my shit suck. Let me get my craft better. Now my craft better. The same person hit me up a few years later, like, damn, bro, you really working. Let's do some shit. Nah, I'm good, but work on your craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can work just as hard as me and get to the level I'm at. You don't need to piggyback off of me. I want you to eat still, just not off on my plate, fam. Because you wasn't fucking with me, so don't fuck with me. But work on your craft. You can do the same shit I did. You can meet the same people I meet. You know what I mean?
Bro, you're spitting right now. You're spitting right now, dog. I love that.
Yes,
I love
sir.
that. I get a lot of we get a lot on Youngest in the Yacht Club. It's really about the movers and shakers in every industry, not just the music industry, not just the business industry. It's every industry, bro. So to see the knowledge that like people who ain't in music could apply the same shit you spit in other industries.
For certain, yeah.
Where you think you got that from?
Trial and error, bruh.
Not quitting
For real. Not. I don't know. I had people. I've watched the scene change multiple times. You know what I mean? I'm on, like I said, I'm on Busta Rhymes. I'm always gonna be relevant. You know what I mean? I've watched people who were nobodies come into the scene. I watched them get that one popular hit. I watched them do every show that I do. I watched them come out with another song and people ain't quite feeling it that much. So they work on another one and maybe people feeling it or not feeling it that much. I see them get less shows. I see them get frustrated. I see them, all right, I'm taking a break. This rap shit ain't really hitting right now. I'm gonna come back. I see them take 2 or 3 years off. I see them try to make their comeback and it's not hitting no more. I see the ego hit and I'm sitting here like, bro, you could have did that better. Me, it just couldn't be me. You know what I mean? It couldn't be.
How could they have done that better, bro? I love that.
People need to humble themselves. People get popular in the underground. They get popular in the local scene and just think that I got a song popping. When I did this show and this show and this show, I had the crowd jumping up and down. But those same people that was in that crowd was the same people at that show. You didn't go touch Orlando. You didn't go touch St. Pete, Miami. You didn't
start over another spot.
You didn't go out of state. You didn't push that same song that's popping to different blogs and platforms. You didn't do a video to that song because you don't like doing videos. You didn't post that bitch on TikTok. You ain't post that bitch on Facebook because you don't fuck with Facebook. You ain't on your Twitter. You know what I mean? You didn't do.
Boy, you going crazy. You letting them know, bro. Hey,
you know what I mean? You ain't do nothing with that. I ain't see a visual. I ain't see no TikTok. I ain't see no bitches. I ain't see them lip singing your shit, doing videos to it. I ain't see no influencers. I ain't see you working with no other artists because niggas be craps. And shit didn't go your way. So you backed up. And you thought you was going to come back in this shit and just be back on the same platform? Nah, Jit, you got to work for it. You got to work for it. I watch people come on the scene and get stale because, like, I'm not saying no names. I just watched a dude. He was at the top of his game. Everybody in the city wanted him on features, on songs and shit. That nigga he didn't believe in his city. He thought he was bigger. He thought he was better. He moved out and his buzz is gone. His buzz is gone. Nobody cares about his music no more. Nobody don't push his shit. Nobody. You talk to about this person, they be like, who? These new people on the scene, these new fans on the scene. Who the fuck is that? I don't know who that nigga is.
Big facts.
I ain't never heard of that person in my life.
Big facts.
And
they gotta understand, bro. You gotta kind of turn that around.
You know what I mean? But one thing about me, like, there might be some people who ain't never heard of me, but my name, I have accolades. My name holds weight. I don't work with some of the biggest people in. Nigga, I got songs with Doechii, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, yo, yeah. And that's just a start.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Bro, it's fire, bro. Bro, if you could give anybody advice, I always call it one gem, right? And you've been dropping jewels. What is one thing that you would tell your younger self?
Shit, bro. I would tell my younger self to be more open-minded. Yeah. That's the biggest advice I can give myself because that was my biggest critique. I thought I was the best when I was a Jit. I had my God complex. I didn't think nobody was better than me. I thought what I was doing was phenomenal. There's 50 other people doing exactly what I did. Same flow, same sound, getting the beats from the same place. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing no shows. I was pushing my music to the same people on the internet, same places. I did not branch out, and I thought I was the best. I got humbled. I got humbled when I found out about the Tampa hip hop scene. When I stepped in that bitch, I wasn't nobody. That's I would have told myself to be more open minded with even when it comes down to my sound, because I like what I like, and still to this day I like what I like. But now I can push the narrative. At the time, I just thought what I was doing was the best, but I didn't come nowhere near it. Just be open minded to different sounds, different ideals, different people, different opportunities, because I thought I was the best. I thought everything I was doing was right, and I was doing everything dead ass wrong. No, I know why the people didn't fuck with me. You know what I mean? Some people, like I said, some people told me I suck. Some people were more harsh than others, but then I go back and listen like, damn, maybe this person wasn't even being an asshole. Maybe they was just looking out for me. You know what I mean? Because my shit wasn't up to par. I had to apologize to some people about how I acted, but there's also some people who were just complete assholes where I was like, fuck you. But I would tell my younger self, just be a lot more open minded, listen a lot more, work on your craft a lot more. You know what I mean? And then I felt like I would have got where I was going a lot faster. I probably would be in a better position now. You know what I mean?
Fire,
and I'm in a pretty good position now. Yeah. I got all my ducks in a row. It's only a matter of time. You know what I mean?
No, and it's happening,
yeah.
bro. I mean, you on Youngest in the Yacht Club. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
Sir.
Like, bro, let the people know where they can find you, where they can stream your music, where they can get to you, man.
All right. I go by YZM. That's YZM. You can Google me. I'm on all streaming platforms. You can find me on Instagram at yzm.iii. On YouTube, just type in YZM. All my videos will come up YZM. I got a song with Jay Briscoe called Nine Tails on No Jumper. I got a song on Perfect Plug with Check the Star called How We Roll. So those are my two like the
bangers.
Yeah. Well, they're not my favorite songs, but those are the songs with the most views and shit. But you can also find like all my music videos on YouTube and shit. I got a podcast also called you don't mind if I plug in a podcast with a fact?
Hey, bro.
My podcast called the Black Unorthodox Podcast with my boy Cloud Master Price. So we're on YouTube with that shit too. All my music on streaming platforms. So yeah, fuck with me.
That's fire, bro. Yeah. YZM. Bro, thank you for being on today's show, my guy.
I appreciate you for having me.
Bro, we gotta have you again.
Hey, but let me know when. I'm always down.
I definitely, this was, it was more than I expected. and I feel like that's how it's supposed to be with you.
Yes, sir.
You're supposed to, like, you change my view of maybe what YZM was. And even, bro, I was just calling you YZM. Like, so you changed my view, bro, and I think that's part of the intrigue of the story in your story, bro. So
yes, sir.
Thank you for being on the Youngest in the Yacht Club, bro. We gonna have you definitely plug your shit, man. Move that shit forward, bro.
Yes, sir. You did.
Alrighty. Bye. Stay right there so I can get a drop.
All right.